Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, March the 19th, 2026. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Trade your charts, not mine. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right. This is our only session, so we'll do away with the risk disclosure. Moving around, so I gotta mark things up again. Crude is done. We had these first two trades were too fast to execute. This trade, while initially too fast, gives us plenty of chances to get in it. Ultimately gets target one and one tick on the trailer, so target one was worth 17 ticks on the morning for the 9 a.m. session, and that takes care of that. Unleaded. Yeah, obviously the long was too fast, or actually was 2 seconds too early, and yeah, this setup was right on our start time, 9 o'clock. Too fast to catch initially. It comes back almost a minute and a half later, doesn't hit the stop, hits the entry. Doesn't make target one, but then comes back to a stop and reverse to long. That there again gives us plenty of time to get in it. We have an 18 tick risk of loss from the initial entry to the stop and reverse. 2 positions at the 36 tick loss, and definitely got us into that trade. Target one picks up 36. Target two picks up 58. So it's going to get both of them positive. Trailer goes from 1387, 4 tick stop and reverse adjustment, to 1409, 22 ticks. So target one ends up plus 22. Target two ends up, let's see, 58, 20, 22 and 22, 44 ticks positive. So crude and unleaded getting it done. So we'll bring up the micro in queue. Ooh, that's down from where we were yesterday, obviously. There's our. Obviously, we don't start trading till 4 minutes after market open on this trade plan. So this trade is off the table. It's all 4 targets. All right. Looks like we got a full loss on pound Aussie back here at 857.08. Looks like plenty of time to get into that. We've got a get in sync short on the YM. We have a get in sync add-on short. Market is open. No, it's not. It just gave me a tick a little early, and we get a long setup now. That was just a shade too early, and goes for a full stop out. So we're flat. Market is open. And we have a potential short trade on. We actually did get it. Now let's see, when did we do that? Okay, we do trigger into we pick up the new short, trigger into it. YM no trades. Micro NQ was a nice little short, and that's too early. Micro Russell. No long trade. 08. Oh wait, and that one's too fast. It does stop out. No trade, not executable. So I won't mark exactly where money management was. Still nothing on the YM. Still lots of time yet before we start trading on micro NQ. Another long. That looks like it vanished to the short. And the short gives us time to get in. Yeah, definitely in the short. Long was too quick to execute. Short goes money management. And a break-even stop out. And trade number one is a break-even. Yeah, would have had to adjust down one tick for a 14 tick minimum. Still still 2.5 minutes yet to go on micro NQ. Long trade on the micro. Wow, that was a quick move. Let's see. I see a wick out here. 32 flat. Yeah, probably have a chance to get into that trade. So that is going to be a win. Trailing at the moment. There again would have been a one tick adjustment to get our 14 tick minimum for money management. Targets 3 and 4. Break even and a win. Oh, the YM goes up definitely in that trade. 43 tick target. So that's definitely a winner. A one and done session again on the YM. A nice long trailer on that one. Trailing all the way up to 966. There we go. 938. 938 from the entry at 851. 87 ticks. So 87 on the trailer, 43, 90, 130 ticks on that volume trade. Nice trade. Still looking for our start time on micro NQ. In the short on soybeans. And that trade is off the table. That hits the stop. 137 flat. Yep, we hit it. So micro NQ is flat. And pound Aussie. Looks like probably slow enough move to have gotten in. Target 1 is the 12 tick minimum. So that is, and there it is. It looks, yeah, there's target 1. So we were down 80. We pick up a target 1 for 17, puts us down 63. 4 additional pips puts us down 59. 4 pips on the 1 pip trail. So down 59, we pick up another 12, down 47. And that's going to give us another 4 at least. Stop now at 89.53. 89.52 is our entry. So let's see what we've got on the, and we get into our start time on micro NQ, 33 to 46. Yeah, that's gonna be a loss. So that's trade number 1. Go back up here to the micro NQ, see where we are. That was okay. We had this loss in the win. Big wick on this short trade. Money management's going to be target 1. It's going to be well over 14 ticks. We actually started trailing early on that one. So we've got a very small partial profit. We'll call that a break even. That's going to be an avoidable. Oh yeah, 56 seconds, and it had already gone through the stops. Definitely an avoidable. The short, same situation, also avoidable. This long just hit the entry again, so that's where we are, is in the long trade. Trade number 4. Need a tick. It's going to go to 51, 6 or 7. 7. And there is money management. It's going to be at least a break even. Long on the micro NQ. And a second full loss on the micro NQ. Soybeans still in the short. Stop and reverse long is filtered out because of hybrid mode. Now we may see the See it turning blue, so we may get a, that may become valid on this bar, close of this bar. And we do stop out on the pound Aussie, so down 43 still after a full loss and a couple of target one winners. Micro NQ bounces into a long trade that's gone to money management. Not quite to target 2 yet. And there it is, target 2. So next goal is target 3. And Micro Russell ends up being a break even. So 3 break evens and a win so far. 2 more trades. Soybeans rejected at the 50 EMA, so our short trade is still valid. Oh, it's also a squeeze zone filter keeping us out of the long. Trend mode filter has come off, but the squeeze zone filter is still keeping us in that, out of that. Ooh, that's going to be a loss, and now we added 2 losses on the Micro Russell. That ends the session, and that's going to end up being a down session. We did pick up a trailer on our long on the Micro NQ. And the short was way too fast to execute. So we now have a long that's spiked to the entry. I'm going to assume that, and it just touched the stop. I'm going to assume that's an avoidable trade. We had like just a tick beyond the entry and then came back. So we have 2 losses, a win, avoided loss, 2 avoided losses. So we've got 3 trades in the books, 2 losses and a win. Micro Russell is done. There's a long trade. That was quick. Let's see what timing on that looks like. 20, 21, 21, 21, 21, 22. Nope, that one's too fast. That one was not executable. So that is a no trade. Nicely successful though. It's target 3 before stopping out, so we're looking. There's a new short. Plenty of time to get in that. Loss will end the session. Pound Aussie with a short set up. Not triggered yet, obviously. 16 pips at target 1. And the short trade. Yeah, I said we had time to get into that short. So that's a third loss and ends the session on the micro NQ. So we have Pound Aussie and soybeans and the 10 a.m. crude mini session. So that is, we'll stick around for the 10 a.m. session. I'm not going to shut it down quite this early. This is a good time for questions or comments. Not much going on. That is, stop and reverse is filtered, but that is the hybrid mode. We're not going to take a long trade with the trend down, trend mode showing red on the 20 SMA. Although it looks like it may turn back blue on this bar, so that would make the long valid. If it becomes valid after we pass the entry, we'd mark it out and treat the entry as a get in sync. Pound Aussie has canceled. And the soybeans coming back down again. Trend mode didn't turn blue with the bar coming down, so long is still not valid. We got a little under 12 minutes for the crude 10 a.m. mini session. The long trade goes too far. We now have a short trade set up. It did trigger. A lot of time yet. Pound Aussie is flat. Soybeans is still in the short. Soybeans in the bottom left. Pound Aussie on the bottom right. I'm sorry. Okay. Try that again. Soybeans on the bottom right. Pound Aussie on the bottom left. Soybeans is a counterpunch strategy. 5-tick range bar. 1 1/4 points. Crude goes too far in the short, so that's no longer even a get in sync possibility. We'll look for a new trade there. It's a long trade on crude. Definitely comes back to get it. We're still too early. Yeah, we got 11 and a half minutes. Uh-oh. Data is trailing again. Do not trade my charts. They are behind. Data is behind, so do not attempt to trade my charts. Once again, these are examples. This is not signal service. Actually, we're in the short. The short is a get in sync. Short is actually where we are. The long is a possibility. Currently still valid. And the long cancels. We still got time before we get in the short. And the short goes to money management, so it's off the table. Crude has been very active this morning. There's a new long, new long. And the long stops out. Let's see what happened. That's right. Micro NQ was done. Soybeans is still short. New short trade on the path set up on the pound Aussie forex pair. 80 tick, 8 pip range bar on Spotlight. All three market indices moving up. There's a long trade. Still too early. Doesn't trigger in. There's a new long trade. That one looks like it just missed target 2. And yet another long trade. Seven minutes to go on the data. It is running about 3 minutes behind. We got a small long trade set up on the Mike Pound Aussie to 509 E. I have to look at that. That may be a full stop out. Still in the original long. Short canceled. So still in the long as marked up. Still 5.5 minutes to go. That goes too far. Stop at 96.04. And stopping out at 96.04. Short trade filtered by the squeeze zone. 50 coming just below the entry, inching up toward the 200. New short trade on the set up on the Pound Aussie. That's going to be a target 2. 2 positions at target 2. That's also our money management. New long trade on crude. Still early. And that is a 10 tick minimum. It hit and came back, stopped out. So that one's off the table. Fruit is flat. Still 2:45 to go before we get to 10 o'clock on the data. I'll look at the data timestamp. This is what would have be happening at that time. We are currently at 10 o'clock. The data is not supporting that. And now we have a short trade set up. That's an add-on. It actually should be in this one. That picks up target 2. Second position's at target 3, and we go back long again. Oh, no, not yet. We're still short. Actually, no, we stopped out of the short. So long is the setup. Now we have a short setup. Oh, wow. Where did we? Okay, we caught up. So that short was our valid 10 a.m. mini session. There's money management. Actually, that should be target 1. So that's going to be a quick one and done. Which is a good thing because it's getting nasty in there. So we get target 1 and target 2. So 12 and 19, 31 ticks. And we finally do stop and reverse on soybeans. $63 3/4. Let's see, that's 65 1/4. Yep, that's minimum 6, so we just missed it by a tick. Right, so our entry on the short Entry on the short was down here at 60 3/4, 63 ooh, 12-point loss on 4 positions. 12 ticks times 4 positions. Back to the entry. We did get short. Pick up 24 pips on target 2. And so another 17. So that's 41. That's going to put us positive. No, we're down, still down 2 ticks. Looks like we've got 89.56 for the stop. The entry was 59, so three pips on times 2 positions at this point. So we are going to be positive on this trade. This will be the power quitting trade for the pound Aussie. See if we can follow this one on the conclusion, or very close. We got this and soybean still running. Crude got it done, and now headed back upward again. All right, and there's another stop move. Stop moves down to 89.53. 59, that's 6 pips, 2 positions, and that's a stop out, I believe. 53.3, yep, that's a stop out. So we get 6 pips times 2 positions, or 12, gives us a 10 pip positive net result. And the pound Aussie is done. Assuming we avoided this long trade. If not, we're going to need another trade. I picked up 53 pips on that last trade. Or a loss on it. 1470 pips would have been the loss. So we would still be down 60 if we got into that one. Well, we definitely cut our loss on the short trade. It would have been a full stop out. We didn't quite get to target. Soybeans is the only chart running. And it is not known for moving rapidly. So down 12 points. We have a 1.5 at target 1. 3 1/4 at target 2. No, wait a minute. 2 3/4 at target 2. So it's 4 1/4. Target 3 would be 4, 8 1/4. Yeah, unless we get a fairly good trailer, we're going to need another trade after this to get soybeans positive. So at this point, I believe I'm going to call it a week. Back on a regular schedule again next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, regular sessions at 9:30 Eastern Daylight Time. And crude oil inventory report at 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time on Wednesday. So we will see you folks next week. Have a good trading Friday and Monday and a wonderful weekend. And we'll see everybody next week.